Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's your boy D-Man coming back at you live, showing you guys how to install this Honeywell Smart Wi-Fi Thermostat. Uh, if you saw my last video, you would know that this did not take long. Probably took me about 20 minutes, 15, 17 minutes, I would say, tops. But anyway, we're at the setup screen and it is installed, and I'm just going to show you guys what that looks like before I put the display on. So you can just take this baby right off the wall once you've gotten it all installed. And as you can see, I've done all of my wiring. I've got my C wire and everything. My C wire is located up here at the top, of course labeled C, which happened to have been my blue wire. Everything else for me in my home matched up because it's a newer home, but everything else matched up. My white wire was white, or my W wire was white, my Y wire was yellow, my G wire was green, and my R wire was red. It's highly coincidental, folks, because I've yet to see, and I'm not a professional installer or anything. This is a DIY. I'm a do-it-yourselfer kind of guy, so I just like to, do stuff myself. And just so you know that I'm not some type of, I'm not a contractor or anything like that. I'm a software developer. So, I tinker with electronics all the time. So I love to mess around and figure things out on my own. And as a computer scientist, electronics, anything electronic, it doesn't matter. I will take it on. As far as the construction work go, I just like to do things myself, so I went ahead and tackled that all by myself too. So I'm gonna pop it on. As you can see, it boots up. It just snaps right on there. And sometimes, it doesn't really get too tight, fit too snug, but you will hear it snap and click. And once you do, it's on there securely. It's not going to come off unless you actually pull it off like I did the first time. So now, folks, it booted up and it's asking me for the language I'd like to choose. I'm just going to choose English and go next, of course. And this thermostat is installed in the business or home. I'm just going to go next. It's in the home. Location name for the thermostat. I'm going to edit that because this one is my upstairs thermostat. So I'm gonna shift and I'm gonna go up stairs. Thermostat. It won't let me put that many letters in. I need to check it. I need to check my downstairs ones because I want to make sure that they're identified by their location. So this one I'm gonna call upstairs. I'll go downstairs later and I'll rename the other one. But the reason I'm doing this, folks, is because I use Alexa, and I have Alexa throughout my home, and so I want to be able to tell Alexa, and I hope she don't hear me right now, but I want to be able to tell Alexa to set the downstairs thermostat or set the upstairs thermostat to a certain degree. And the way I have it now for downstairs, if I said Alexa set downstairs thermostat to 80 degrees, she'll set it to 80 degrees. So that's just a little carrot for you guys so that you know why I'm doing that. But I'm going to go ahead. I've named this location upstairs, and it controls heating and cooling. And for the type of system, this is a forced air system. It's not a heat pump. It's not a hot water or steam system. Like literally I guess there's some older homes that have those type of things, but if you have a home built inside of 1980, I think you're using forced air. I don't know that for sure, folks. Don't quote me on that. I'm just using it as an example. But if you have, I think if you have, not been a contractor, and just my guess is if you have units outside your home, in your backyard, on a slab of concrete, I believe those are going to be forced air. So I'm going to let forced air as the default. I'm going to just choose next. And is my forced air heating system gas or oil? That's a big negative. It's electric. So I'm going to go electric, and I'm going to say next. And so for the stages, number of cooling stages, I have my Y wire connected. I do not have both Y and Y2 wires connected. So that tells me that this is a stage one system. So, or one stage system. So I'm going to just leave it at the default and go next. And I only have one W wire connected. So that tells me it's only a one stage system as well. And I'm just going to go next. And I'm gonna, for the fan control, my thermostat controls the fan, because I can run the fan by itself without running the heater or the cooler. So this is an important step too. You got to keep in mind. So I'm gonna just leave it at the default, and I'm gonna go done. It's gonna save the changes, and I'm gonna connect this to my Wi-Fi network right now. And as you can see, it brings up all the networks, even some that are in my neighborhood that don't belong to me. But this one is mine, ASP Network. Told you guys I was a software developer, so Active Server Pages is something that I did a lot of beta development for Microsoft for. So, or not for Microsoft in per se, but for a company that did beta testing for Microsoft when Active Server Pages were first coming out, and when .NET first came out, we did a lot of development in the beta platforms for those. So moving on, folks, of course, I'm not going to let you see my Wi-Fi password, so I'm going to cover this up, and I'm just going to key that in. Alrighty, folks, I've keyed in my network, and it is connecting. Connection was successful. I'm going to say okay. And I'm going to go. So this is an important step. This is the screen that has that card I was telling you about. This is where you need to go and register your thermostat. So I am going to blank the screen right now, or cover it up, head down to my office and log into mytotalcomfortconnect.com, and I'm going to register this thermostat. Hang on, bear with me, folks. So as I was mentioning, Honeywell was really kind, and they did give me the, MAC address and the CRC for my thermostat that I can take downstairs with me to my office and register my device. So bear with me. I'm going to cover up the lens again, and I'm going to head to my office. All right, folks. So I am in my office now. Bear with me. I'm just trying to figure out. Should have wrote down the web address. Oh, I have it on the card, folks. It's a little weird website, but I finally got in. I finally got to it, and just so you guys know, I will bring up the screen here, let you see the start page, and it's just the My Total Comfort Connect Honeywell website. So I'm going to choose North America. I'm going to choose United States, and now it takes me to the English version of the website, and this is where I can log in. I already have an account, so I'm going to log in to my account. There you are, folks, and as you can see, I already have devices in there. So I'm going to actually add a thermostat to the home location that I have. I don't know why I have these other locations. I don't know how to get rid of them, but I'm gonna try and see. And yep, I cannot get rid of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go view thermostats, and I'm gonna add a device, and I'm gonna add my device MAC address. And I'm gonna add my device CRC. I'm gonna check the I'm not a robot, and I'm gonna submit that, and it's gonna register my device. Hopefully I don't run into any errors or anything. Looks like the thermostat is asking me to go to the thermostat on the wall and set the heat set point to 69 degrees and then return. So I'm gonna go set it to 69. I want to black the screen, folks, so bear with me. I'm gonna show you this process too. Okay, folks, I am at the thermostat. I'm gonna go ahead and click done now. It's asking me to set it to 69. So I'm gonna set it to 69, and I'm gonna press done. And now I'm gonna go back down to my office and let Honeywell know that I changed it. Okay, folks, so I set it to 69. I'm gonna go ahead and click that I've changed it. Click to submit. And of course it's still registering, so let's give it a minute here. And just like that, folks, it is registered and we are good to go. Now I can remotely access my thermostat from web or mobile devices. There is the Total Comfort Connect app from the App Store you can download for iPhone or Google Play. I already have it installed on my phone, so I am good to go. And I am going to go to my locations now, and I'm going to click on home. And as you can see, I have my 2 thermostats there. And you know, one thermostat downstairs, I called it AC1, and the other one I called it upstairs. So I'm gonna go to my downstairs thermostat, and I'm gonna change the name on that one to be downstairs. So bear with me, folks. I'll be right. I'm gonna black the screen and head over to my downstairs thermostat. All right, folks, so here at the wall, I'm gonna go to the menu, and I'm gonna go to, I think preferences is what will allow me to change the name. Let's go previous menu, color scheme, equipment status, security settings, system setup, English, home, and here's where I want to change the name to be downstairs instead of AC1.
Mr. Smith, people talk smack about each other all the time. You're not the only one. I'm not. Come with me. I just ran into Paul working at the ice machine. He had food on his neck. How long has that been there?
As you can see, we're going through all the same settings that we did for upstairs. Saving my changes. That is it. I'm gonna click done, and now I'm gonna head upstairs and I'm gonna change my color scheme, and we'll wrap this video up, folks. I mean, you know, just for the record, I'm doing some pretty cool stuff around here with home automation. And if you send me a message and you know you need some help, you can subscribe, like, post your comments and your feedback, and ask me for help. You know, and if you're in my neck of the woods, you know, I may come and help you do some home automation for a small fee. So anyway, folks, I'm back at the upstairs panel. And as you can see, you know, if you notice, downstairs, it does not tell me what the humidity is. And so it is in an updating mode, but that's okay. I'm gonna go and fix that when this video is over. But it will really give you a lot of information. And as I was saying before, I love this one because it can blend into your color scheme. And it can make you a, you know, the display on this one is 100 times better to me than any of the other ones. Even the newer one, you know, the size is a little bit bigger on the newer one, and you know, there's a couple other things, but I looked at the GUIs on both, and I don't know why Honeywell, when they made the newer one, and maybe it was to cut costs, but seems like the display is a little bit different, and the GUI looks a little bit different, and the device is even larger. So this one's more compact, this one's more elegant, if you ask me. And the GUI, like your colors on the newer model is not as vibrant, and is also not as many colors that I've been able to see. So when I was researching these, this one I had seen, some couple years ago, and I was saying that one day I was gonna, replace these, replace my Vivid ones with this model. Well, then when I went to actually buy it, they had came out with the new one, so I only bought one at the time because I wanted to see if they would sell me the older one. And so they still sell the old ones and the new ones. It's just a matter of, price and choice. The older ones are actually more expensive than the newer ones. And I think the reason behind that is to me, these are the better devices. So the newer ones are actually like $160. These ones are still, anywhere from $250 to $200, from $200 to $250. But these are by far the better devices, if you ask me. So with that, folks, as you can see, my new Honeywell thermostat, Wi-Fi smart thermostat, has been installed. It is working flawlessly. If I want to set it, just to make sure it's working, I'm going to turn the fan on. And I heard a click. My fan is on, and it's blowing like a blizzard. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that baby off. I'm going to put it back on automatic. I'm going to click done. That'll turn the fan off. And just like I thought it did, it seems like my unit is working better. It wants, it just wants to, it almost acts like it needed a new thermostat, right? The Vivid one, was basically not a color GUI. It's a black and white LCD. Really not attractive. Really doesn't, add any beautiful features to your home. So, I'm all about, coordinating and adding, some elegance to my home. So I'm going for the, better, higher grade type of devices around my home. So hopefully you will do the same, folks. So one thing to also remember before you install this baby or hook up those wires in the back, make sure you cut the power, go over to your power panel and switch the circuit off so that you don't have juice running through that red wire. And what I used is I just used this little Ames voltage tester to see, make sure there was no power going to it. Once I found the right circuit, switched it off, came up here, there was no power, hooked it up. The reason you want to make sure there's no power is if you hook up power to a motherboard or a circuit board with a hot wire, you will fry the circuit board, and then you'll be wondering why Honeywell sold you a device that did not work. So please be cautious to that. Make sure you shut the power off. Make sure you get your device level and on the wall at a level way. And one thing that I did first is I measured the distance between the two holes, which was about 3.5 inches from the tip of the measuring tape to the spot for the second hole. So I measured them up, and then I took my leveler and I placed the circuit board on the wall, took my leveler and made it level, and then I took a pin and I just made a little dot in between the two holes where I needed to drill. So with that, folks, I'm going to end this video. Everyone, enjoy your evening, and please subscribe, like, and post your feedback and comments. All comments and feedback is welcome. Have a great day, folks.